Hi, everybody.
Hey everyone, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with,
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. And, welcome
Woohoo!
to our annual, it seems now, Super Bowl predictions.
Look, there's a football.
Oh boy.
You know this is going to be a really worthy prediction.
So, right off the get-go, let me just say, please do not bet your shirt on our predictions. It's for entertainment purposes only. We have a lot of fun doing this, and we are 2 for 2 right now, so we're putting our dubious reputations on the line once more in order to see if we can predict the Super Bowl winner.
So we are going to use our fabulous Light Sears Tarot.
Yep. And get the show on the road.
Okay.
But now the thing is that I did want to say a little bit about our backgrounds here as sports analysts. He has no background. Me, I was a jock growing up. I know sports. I know football. I watched many a football game in my younger days, understand strategies and stuff. So I have a little bit more of that. But as far as watching football this year, not so much. I watched the 2 final playoff games, the 2 final ones, and that was it.
Kara, did you see that?
One of our followers who loves our crazy cat, Sunny. So,
you changed the reading style a little bit, didn't you?
Just a little. We're doing pretty much the same thing we did last year, where we compare the strengths and weaknesses of one team with the strengths and weaknesses of the other, and just 3 cards in each, and determined pretty much the winner from that. But we're going to do things, we maybe did 2 cards last year. I'm adding a card this year to the mix. We're also going to do a card reading in advance, a smaller one, a 3-card reading, just to see if we get any glimmers about the game in general. Okay?
Oh, that ought to be interesting.
See what you can do, Mr. O. See what you can do. So we're going to start with this 3-card reading and just get an overview of some thoughts about the game in general. All right. This particular reading will not predict a winner. It's just going to give some overviews about the game. The one we do after this will be a little bit more tied to that. And we'll choose a winner after that one. All right, Mr. O, here you go. Well, I guess you know by now whose idea this whole Super Bowl thing was.
I was a willing participant.
Yes, yes. What the heck? It's nothing but fun. And hey, if the Tonight Show can have puppies predicting the Super Bowl, why can't we have the tarot do that, I say? Okay. Lay the cards down. They're all pentacles, Mr. O.
Oh, interesting.
It is. We have the 9 of Pentacles upright. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. I have some interesting things here. We have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Looking at these cards makes me think to myself it's going to be a very physical game. There might be a lot of tackling. There might be a lot of physical encounters. I hope there's no injuries out of this. We do have the Queen of Pentacles reversed there. That kind of makes me wonder about that. Also, Mr. O, do you want to go and make any initial observation?
Well,
'Cause I have a whole.
this tells me that maybe there's a sense of comfort in the game, and of course I interpret that to mean people really close together. Since I don't understand the game dynamics, I'm just going to say there's going to be lots of huddling in close quarters in the action of the game. I agree. Someone or in general will need a little bit more care. Maybe they will, you know, be stretching themselves physically.
Okay. And?
And then that reverse Six of Pentacles seems to indicate, well, you know what? I keep thinking of that term, hold no quarter. And like there's physical coins being held
Well,
in the
Mr.
hand.
O, are they dropping the ball there?
I just sort of feel there's going to be a sense of real viciousness.
Here's what I think. From the jock point of view. No, I don't know. Hey, I'm just going to tell you like where'd I go? Oh, I'm just going to tell you like I really see it.
Here, you need to be on camera. Go on.
Okay. So, no, you can put the cards back because, well, I'll hold them up because I'm going to talk about them. Fine. I need a pointer now. No, I'm just kidding. So that Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles upright indicates to me that I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of grandstanding going on in this game. Some people but hey, there'll be some, or maybe what this really says is there'll be some real standouts, a real standout player, who's kind of stealing the show here. But on the other hand, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, I wonder here if this doesn't mean that there is somebody out there who's trying to be too much of a showman. You know what I mean? They're trying to, get their own glory at the expense of teamwork. Just wondering, because also that Nine of Pentacles, it's kind of a solitary card. And then I look at the Six of Pentacles here, and it could be an indication to me that turnovers could be possible in this game. Fumbles, interceptions, things like that. There's a lot of give and take with that card. And what I feel it means is, when somebody is throwing that ball, the other team may be taking it,
Well, because it's sort of the reverse of generosity, maybe somebody thinks they want to hold on to the ball more than try to move it the way it should go. They want to be the grandstander that you were talking about.
Hey, could be. But I like to think that we'll see if any of that comes up, any kind of clues about turnovers and that comes up in our next reading. All right, let's get it going here. Reading number 2. So this is we're going to do 3 cards for the Bengals and 3 cards for the Rams and see how they match up. Go. Well, so whether you're watching the game or not, this is just a fun way of trying to predict the outcome. We'll look at strengths and weaknesses and see what it looks like here. All right, I'm going to do 1 and 1 for them. 1 for them. 1 for the Bengals again, and another for the Rams, and let's see what we have. Okay, so the first cards for the Bengals. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. Maybe I should just do the Bengals first. I flipped over the other card, but I'm going to put it back. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. Wow. So, what does this mean?
Well, the literal meaning of the card is a little bit of a stodginess or slow recalcitrance.
The Bengals might be a bit, slower in their running game or maybe stuck in their running game. It's possible that, they're going to have trouble getting through the Rams defenses. It looks as though there's a slow running game for sure. Their running game may not be to their advantage, or they may just have problems in general moving things forward. That could even mean like moving the ball through, pass play as well.
There was a word that I can't come up with in my head, but inertia, basically, just sort of like they just don't seem to be able to pull the lead out, as they say.
Okay. Card 2 for them? Oh my goodness.
Again.
It's the Page of Pentacles reversed. So a lot of pentacles again here, this physical aspect, I find that very interesting. So the Page of Pentacles reversed indicates that there's like delays. There's really struggles moving things forward.
Well, I think this is applying to maybe their visionary aspects too, like how they're really envisioning and focusing on the game and that it's off kilter.
I wonder if they're the team that might encounter some injuries along the way here. That maybe injuries will play a role into their success or lack thereof. And see, since I haven't been actually watching the games all the way through, I don't know if they've lost any key players already that will be missing the Super Bowl. But ultimately, even though they're struggling, we have the Page of Cups here. And I feel as though the Page of Cups indicates there could be some good news. There could be some emotional satisfaction coming.
Right. To me, it sort of looks like the idea of understanding a sense of poetry in motion, the idea that even if they don't have their actual routines down, the pentacles, the idea that there's an essence or a spirit that knows how it needs to move, that has its own poetry, may be working in their favor. Or with those members of their team that can do that.
What I wonder here is, since there's all this sluggishness and slowness, or it looks like a struggle, I think what it's saying is it's going to take some creative ideas, some imaginative plays, strategies in order to get past the Rams. Would that make sense? Because, yeah.
It does.
It's about intuition, etc., and, kind of trying to outfox the other side.
On to the Rams.
All right, so let's see what's going on with the Rams. The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is reversed.
Okay, maybe they're not really cohesive as a team. They haven't found all of the trust and bonding that they need to. So they are a work in progress. It may be serious, actually. It may be that the pressures of the game and there's at least one new member, right? May make them feel like they just don't have that bond of trust between them all.
I will say the playoff game that I saw with them in it, that last one, they seemed very cohesive. They seemed really on point.
So
but I can't help but wonder here if there isn't some personality conflicts at play. That maybe there is some disagreements about approach. Maybe there is some arguments that are going on. And maybe some of this is personal. Maybe this is something between some of the players. I almost think, though, that they are pretty cohesive as a unit. So
It's talking more about the emotional rapport.
I really am surprised to see this card here. But yeah, it does talk about some emotions being not quite right, Let's go back. We can analyze this again as we look at all of the cards in retrospect. It's the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is reversed as well. What is with all these reversals? So there's some real unhappiness here. And this is almost like a card of family and unhappiness, like even Mr. O is suggesting here, that there's a lack of cohesion or emotional support for each other. This just seems really odd to me, but that's what
It's hard for me to comment on it because I don't really follow football culture, let alone team intradynamics of these particular teams, this one in particular, the Rams. But it feels to me like maybe there still is this idea that they're not all together emotionally, that some of it may be the motions, because of course they can't say no to playing the Super Bowl.
Well, they're not going to. The thing is that, yes, I think what it might say is, athletes have to have a level of emotional preparedness, and it just seems like something is interfering with that. That could be a real disadvantage for them if their hearts, for whatever reason, are not fully in what they are doing in the game.
I'm blocking out the Sunman, the kitty that wants to jump up here.
And then here we have an interesting card to read with as to in this mix as well. The Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is upright. And what's really odd about that card is taking time away, stepping back from things and really assessing. So I don't know. I wonder here if the Rams are going to have to settle in, at halftime and, strategize, come up with a better strategy, become more cohesive together, pull back their fighting spirit in order to win. Maybe timeouts are going to be crucial in how they use them. And also, this time in the locker room.
Well, I keep thinking of, is it their game to lose or is it the Bengals' game to lose? I'm sort of feeling like this suggests to me that maybe somebody will choke when they don't need to, that somebody will put off action that needs to happen. I don't know if that's in game or if that's in game strategy.
So this was a very tough read for me. It seems like the last two Super Bowls were a lot easier. What do I gather from this? I gather from this that it's probably going to be a close game. It's going to be a close call. I feel that the Bengals are disadvantaged by a lot of, if not inertia, just they're not their usual. They don't seem to have their usual ability to move the ball. And some of it might be because of, in the last reading, I noted that there could be some fumbles or interceptions that could play badly against one of the teams. It could be them. It could be. But yet we have the Page of Cups in the end that it looks as though maybe, well, what it might mean is some ingenious thinking may save the day for them. Some ideas, some ingenious plan, that the strategy that they come up with. So this may be strategy versus strategy in this game.
Well, it's interesting because I know we're not supposed to take these cards as the prediction, but I sort of feel that both of those ending cards sort of display an idea that works for or against them. Like that somehow this works for them, somehow this works against them.
Yeah, I know. I almost give a slight edge here to the Bengals. I just want to say that. But it's going to be very tough. It's going to be very tough on them. This is another one of those, just like those last two playoff games. Don't move them yet. It's going to be a very tough fought game. I also feel that, like I said, the Rams just may have some personality conflicts or some issues going on behind the scenes that may be affecting them. Also, just maybe the toughness of the game itself might be causing them to, become, a bit more emotionally strained. It's taking a toll on both of them in different ways. On the Bengals, I think physically. On the Rams, I think emotionally. And it's such a close-up. It's such a toss-up to me that I almost feel, Mr. O, we should conclude this with a yes-no reading.
Mm-hmm. You mean there's one more and then that one?
No. I'm just saying we should do a yes/no reading and just ask
Oh, yes.
if the Bengals are going to beat the Rams and just see what it says.
Well, are they the favorites?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
I
don't even
think
know.
the Rams probably are slightly favored. That's my guess. Because I have not been watching. I've been watching the Olympics and not the Super Bowl news that much. So trying to keep an open, objective
Sonny,
mind.
do you want to help us predict
Did
the
I say
Super
you
Bowl?
need to get off of here? Did I? Come on, get down. So we need to do this yes/no reading to really predict the outcome, I think, or give you a better idea of who we feel. I feel there's a slight edge to the Bengals from the last reading, but it's very, very tenuous. Do I feel it's going to be a low-scoring game from those last cards that we had? I kind of think so. Or if not, it's going to be one of those games where one person scores, another one comes back and forth like that pretty consistently. But I'm going to put my edge on a lower scoring game, kind of like the Rams' last game of the season. Or of the playoffs, I should say. I didn't watch the season.
How are we asking it?
We're asking if the Bengals are going to beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. Did I shuffle already? I guess
Yes,
I
you did.
did. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, Mr. Owa, I'm counting out the cards. Maybe you want to explain to everybody what we're doing with this reading.
Okay, we're doing a yes or no spread, which is basically looking for the aces in the deck by counting off 3 piles and stopping at 13 if you have not reached an ace. So if you reach an ace before 13, you stop and you start a second pile, a third pile. The idea is you're looking for the aces because the aces go towards the possibility of yes. So if you have 1 ace out of the 3 piles, that means it's not likely yes. 2 aces mean it is more likely. 3 aces means it looks really positive, as much as we'd like to say it is. And then the reverse, if there are no aces, it means it's absolutely not possible. So of course you can frame the question towards the answer you want or don't want to try and, pull that, but basically that's how it works.
I don't know how that works, but at any rate, we have the 2 of Swords here. That's the card that I went 13 cards and I did not get an ace, so we stopped on the 2 of Swords, which is a real interesting card in this area. We then had the Ace of Swords reversed. That's just one of the indicators for yes. And then we have the Ace of Cups reverse upright, which is just, these cards just indicate that it's probably yes, that the Bengals will beat the Rams. But what's interesting to me is we get that very ambiguous 2 of Swords there. And I said it was going to be a close game, right?
Is there a delayed decision?
Oh my gosh, will there be a will things be contested in this game? Maybe that's it. Maybe it's possible that the game will be decided on a ref's decision. There might be one of those controversial calls. I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that. But the bottom line is, I feel that it just may say that this game is going to go down to the wire. I feel that. It's not going to be decided right away. We're not going to have any kind of blowout. Because that 2 of Swords is all about standing still, pretty much. Standing in place, unable to make a decision or a move. So I feel, that it indicates to me that this is going to be a game that's going to go right down to the wire. Will there be overtime? I'm not going to rule that out. Get over here. I am not going to rule that out at all.
Well, remember what I said about holding no quarter earlier?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. All right. Well, whoa. I think this is the most ambiguous of the Super Bowl, or hardest of the Super Bowl decisions I've had to make. But we've only done three. So I'm going to cut myself some slack here and just say I think this game is going to go down to the wire in some aspect. There may be some controversial decision or call that has something to do with, an integral part of the play.
The energy of the predominant pentacles that showed up in various ways makes it sound like it's going to be neck and neck, just
Very
getting
physical.
little bits too. Like they get a little ahead, they get a little ahead, they get a little ahead, they get a little ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, down to the wire.
And very physical. I think this is going to be a tough fought match all the way around. Well, all I want to say is good luck to both teams. Good luck to both sides. I'll be watching.
Better luck to us being the winner of our prediction.
I always watch the Super Bowl for the commercials. but this will be fun. And if we're wrong, we're wrong. If we're right, woohoo!
We put another notch in our tarot bag.
All right. Hey, everybody, take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.